Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. And by Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Welcome to Autoline Daily for Friday, the 18th of May, 2012. I'm Craig Cole, and here is the latest news. Looks like the automotive industry could be headed for a rude awakening in China. Inventory levels are starting to pile up at car dealerships as production is running faster than sales. Bloomberg quotes an official at the China Automobile Dealers Association as saying this could be like a contagious disease that spreads. The big worry now is that dealers will start slashing prices to move the metal. Indeed, car prices have been on a downward slope for 4 years running, and that means automakers may have to slash production to prevent the situation from getting worse. Honda just closed a plant for 2 weeks, and China's economy has shown a lot of resiliency, but this is a disturbing trend that we'll be watching very closely. Speaking of China, the government just enacted new standards for electric vehicles. EVs must be able to travel 80 kilometers an hour or about 50 miles an hour for 30 minutes, and they must be able to go a minimum distance of 80 kilometers. The government is implementing these new rules because it wants to speed up the development and production of electric cars in the country. The regulations apply to cars that carry up to 5 people, and they go into effect on the 1st of July. In most new cars today, you can pair a handheld device like an MP3 player or a smartphone with the vehicle's infotainment system. But now there's a new portable device you can hook up. According to Kotaku.com, as part of Toyota's Smart Navi navigation system, owners in Japan can use a Nintendo DS as a nav system. It's called Kurumade DS, which means use the DS in the car. The Bluetooth-enabled device can even pipe the DS's sound through the car's speakers. But it ain't cheap. The Smart Navi system costs about $2,500, and then you need to spend an extra $90 for the Kurumade DS game card, and that's assuming you already own a Nintendo DS, of course. Great news for performance enthusiasts. Chevy is bringing back the rear-wheel drive V8 powered sedan. Essentially, this is a Chevy version of the Pontiac G8, which itself is a rebadged Holden VF Commodore. This marks the first time Chevy has offered a rear-drive sedan in the United States in 17 years. Even so, the SS name has a long history. The Supersport designation first appeared on a prototype Zora Arkus Duntov Corvette race car back in 1957. At the polar opposite end of the spectrum, Ford just opened the order books for its C-Max hybrid. This eco-friendly wagon is priced around $26 grand, undercutting the Prius V by about $500. Ford also claims the C-Max hybrid will offer better fuel economy, performance, technology, and functionality than the Prius, and them's fighting words. We'll have to see if all these features are enough to get people to actually buy them, because so far Toyota is the only automaker that has cracked the code on how to sell hybrids. Most of the time, of course. Production of Lexus HS250H has been suspended. According to CarAndDriver.com, the last one rolled off the line back in January. This really underscores the unpopularity of hybrids. In 2010, the car's first full year on the market, Lexus dealers moved fewer than 11,000 examples. At the end of March, just 563 had been sold this year. The decision to cancel the car seems pretty obvious. People will not pay top dollar for what amounts to a gilded Prius. Coming up next, a look at how German car companies must be run by both management and unions. Plus, we've got details on our latest giveaway.
Clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Why? Higher take rates, lower cost of ownership, longer range and better fuel mileage, lower CO2 emissions. Clean diesel, good, economical, functional. Bosch, invented for life.
On Autoline this week, John's special guest is Dr. Walther Kiep, who served for 21 years on the board of supervisors of Volkswagen, and that's longer than anyone else in the history of the company. In the following clip, he talks about how Germany adopted co-determination, where companies have to be run jointly by both management and labor.
I was there. I participated in the introduction of co-determination in Germany. And I tell you, it was incredible. The factory owners, the shareholders, most of the politicians screamed and with tears in their eyes, says, well, this is the end of capitalism. This is impossible. And by a marginal majority, it was done. And today, we just have an economic crisis behind us. And what happened in Germany in the big companies? No unemployment. Why no unemployment? Because the employment was maintained, the job was not lost, but the work hours were reduced during the crisis in order to meet and to get the liquidity that was necessary to overcome the crisis. And when the crisis was over, the work hours. So that our experience with this co-determination are really absolutely positive. But you know, when you speak to an American or to a Brit about co-determination, you get no applause, and you don't even get any interest. Mm-hmm. They think it's wrong. And we've done it, and it is the custom in Germany. And when I had a session with the Communist University of China the other day, which I visit every year when I visit China, I brought with them the English translation of our co-determination law. And I explained to the audience what it is all about, and that at the end, co-determination means that the workers, along with the shareholders, on a 50-50 basis run the company. And I said, perhaps this is an idea that are also interested for the Chinese Communist Party. And they didn't quite know what to answer, but they were very interested. And I still haven't had a reaction from my direction.
Dr. Walther Kiep has written a fascinating book about his life in business and politics called Bridge Builder, and we're giving away 3 copies to 3 lucky viewers. If you'd like a chance to win one of these books, send us your name and address to contest@AutolineDetroit.tv. Again, that's contest@AutolineDetroit.tv. We'll announce the winners next week. One more thing. On this week's Roundabout, we have a dilemma for you to ponder. Is it ethical to drive a stick? One salon columnist doesn't think it is, and the interwebs are in an uproar. Be there tonight to tell us what you think. Plus, we've got more stories of irresponsible auto-related parenting and one more reason to hate people who drive Lambos. Oh yeah, and we'll play one of our favorite games with Michelle Naranjo of Auto Bytel and Stephen Ewing from Autoblog. Get all this and an overflowing bucketful more tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at, where else? Autoline.tv. Anyway, that wraps up this week's worth of reports. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you back here again on Monday.
Wards is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details, and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.